Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Guitar Souls podcast. 22?
Finally.
Is it 22?
I don't know.
Something like 22.
There's been quite the hiatus.
Yeah, we have had, it's been a month hiatus. It's been a rough one, so I'm going to hand you over to Mike again.
Yep, first of all, thank you very much for tuning back in. Second of all, apologies for the amount of time it's taken. I've had a few changes in my personal circumstances and a bit of a difficult time over the last month or so. Things are good, not to give you any cause for concern or whatever, but yeah, it's meant a bit of a hiatus for me and Levi doing this, so glad to be back. Hopefully that'll be things back on track for...
Nah, nothing ever changes. Life just continually gets harder, unfortunately.
Curveballs left, right and centre. Yeah. However, a day at a time, and yeah, we're getting there. Things are good.
Well, we've got a special guest on this show.
We do. Can you spot him?
Probably not if you're just listening to the audio version of the podcast.
Definitely not. He's a bit quiet.
He's. I thought he was supposed to be, like a big personality, but I find him a bit two-dimensional. So say hello to Braun, everyone.
Yeah, he's a man of few words.
Yeah,
if any.
I thought he was a man of actions, but again, he just seems to stand there and not say very much. But
he's like a bouncer, just watching in case anybody decides to come in and cause issue.
He doesn't live there full time. He was part of the decorations for my 30th birthday party, which, Mike, you were obviously at. I should probably flash up some pictures of my 30th now, because it was a wrestling themed party and everybody dressed up. It was hilarious. Mike turned up looking like he was wearing a tea towel.
Pretty much.
Yeah, good times were had by all, and I had these big cardboard cutouts, just to decorate the place a little bit more. And yeah, at the end of the night, Hayley was like, "Can we take that one home with us?" And I was like, yes. So then now I've gone out of my way to hide it from her. Because he will replace me, basically, is where I'm going with this. If I don't hide him, he will replace me. Though, again, I should probably cut this video in. She'll hate me for it, but I'm going to cut it in anyway. I keep hiding it around the house behind doors and things. Yeah. There have been some good moments, like hiding him at the entrance to our front door, and then in the morning, like the doorbell will go, because we'll have post, and she'll go running downstairs in a dressing gown and open the door, and he's just standing there and fall over and scream all the bastards at me.
Jesus, mother of God! Fuck you! Fuck you! I'd love to fuck you!
Surprise, motherfucker.
Exactly. It's made me jump a few times. I actually hid it behind the door waiting for her to get home from work, and she was taking longer to get in than normal, so I got up to go into the kitchen, open the door and made myself jump with it. So she keeps trying to get me with him, and the only one that's managed to make me jump with it so far has been me. So
that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, because I'm a grown-up. Anyway, we got a few things to talk about today. We're filming a doubler today because
quite a lot to catch up on.
It's been a while, and it's more of a catch-up than anything. But if we film it all in one, it's going to be like a 15-hour episode. So
it's a fucking endurance test.
Yeah. We're going to talk about Kiss today. Black Friday.
Upcoming.
It's Black Friday.
Yeah, most of the deals have already started, which is good.
The California wildfires going on in California, and what's happened to Charvel because of that. We're going to talk about Threatin.
That's the big one.
That is going to be a lot of fun.
Everybody's talking about or has spoken about them.
Yeah, I even had to do a video on it because it just got too juicy that I couldn't not.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the Mirror, which was that weird audio interface.
God.
Yeah, we'll come to it.
It's just, oh man.
And ESP have released another James Hetfield signature that,
that no one cares about except extreme Hetfield fans.
Yeah. Anyway, how have you been? You were gigging with Party Cannon.
Correct.
You are going and doing things. You're playing in Glasgow in February. I just saw that.
Also correct, with one of the bands that we played with just at the weekend there. Cascaf, we'll be on tour with them, and Black Skies Burn. Other good friends of ours, which will be nice. 3 dates, which is Glasgow, Manchester, then London. Yeah. So
I'm going to come to Glasgow. I'm going to bring the wife. She is already dreading it.
I don't blame her.
But so am I. So,
I mean, you'll get to introduce your wife to Cascaf, who have a song called Fist Fuck Wrist Stuck. That's not even the worst song.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it for a second.
No, they're great guys.
I was going to say, speaking of terrible bands, but so when it comes to Kiss, we have avoided. I think we've avoided talking about Kiss on the show.
Well, I'm scared that we're going to get sued. I don't know about you.
Good point. I've dealt with my fair share of frivolous lawsuits. It's fine. On the Scotty Anderson lawsuit note, that's all sorted. I paid a licensing fee and gave the guy royalties. So he's gone away. He left Scotty alone, and that was the important thing.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. So anyway, we've avoided talking about Kiss, I think, for the entirety of our podcast. There have certainly been stories that have come up, but I don't remember talking about them.
Once, did we not talk about Gene Simmons trying to trademark the devil horns?
I remember that happening, but I don't think we talked about it.
I think we pretty much went...
We talked about
keep
it
doing
private.
this.
We've certainly talked about Gene Simmons a lot in private, because, he's a controversial figure in rock.
He is.
I was going to say...
I think he's a controversial figure in general.
Yeah. He's an interesting character. He's an interesting character study, I think.
Yes.
I think he's there's a lot to learn from Gene Simmons. He's good. There are things, positives you can take from Gene. That
HIV?
You can, yeah. Okay, yeah. There are things that you can certainly look at with Gene and go, maybe I should take things like that on board and think about things like that. And there are more abhorrent things that Gene Simmons has done. Actually, I don't even think it's, when I say abhorrent, it's like that's like some of the worst things. Like,
he's not a terrible person. He just makes some very questionable business decisions.
Yeah.
Not in terms of the effect for him, but the effect for other people.
Yeah. He's
a very good business person. He clearly knows what's good to make money and how to merchandise and capitalise. But you're right in what you say. Sometimes you think, is that a bit too far? Are you asking too much, etc.? So,
yeah, there's totally a line, and I think Gene regularly crosses it.
I think he was probably the first person to really, really take on the music business idea directly to the band.
Yeah. But
I can think of any.
The other thing, actually, I don't know if I've ever really asked you this. I know you hate Gene Simmons, but I don't know what your thoughts are on Kiss just in general. Like, if Gene Simmons wasn't in the band.
I neither hate nor like them. I've saw them live.
Oh, cool.
Actually, I saw them at Download the year they did I think it was meant to be like a world record attempt for the amount of people in Kiss makeup in one place at Donington.
Please tell me you had the makeup on mic.
I don't think I did, actually. You know that? I can't remember. I might have done, but I don't remember. And I think the reason I didn't do it, because we did go, if I didn't do it, was the queues were ridiculous, because I remember moaning about it. But not to the point of being like, I'm not doing this because of that. I just don't remember.
Okay.
Anyway, to be totally honest, they were fantastic live. Like, the show was incredible.
Yep.
Gene Simmons flew up onto the top of the stage at Donington, which must be, I don't know, man, 50 foot tall, if not way higher than that.
Yeah.
Like serious height. Somebody else flew across the crowd. Like,
I'd love to see them, and I've not. But I kick myself for that. It crosses into their shows are so big that it crosses into the world of me not being interested, because I don't go to big gigs.
Yeah.
I feel like you get a lesser experience. So like Doug, he saw Kiss play in the Astoria. I think it was the Astoria, or a similar size of like 1,000 people venue. They did like a secret show, which you could win tickets for, or you had to, like, it got announced on the day and you had to queue up and get tickets. Anyway, he saw them in a tiny venue, and that's the kind of place that I'd want to see Kiss. But musically, I like Kiss. I do musically. I like Kiss. I like 80s rock and glam and 70s glam, and they are that
disco and pop.
Yeah,
and everything else that they tried to do.
Yeah, I like all of those things. I like
music.
I like. This might sound bad when I put it like this, but I like music that has been written with the intention of it selling to the most people possible. Catchy, so deliberately writing catchy songs. I like big vocal harmonies and hooks and things like that. Sure, like I'm obviously into the jazz and stuff as well, where it seems that sometimes people go out of their way to make the least appealing music, and actually we're going to listen to the least appealing song of all time and react to that.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's I've held off on it, but yeah. Point is, I do like that. It's not the main thing I listen to. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm a huge Kiss fan, but they've obviously got their cheesy, well-known songs, but they've also just got like killer tunes like Love Gun, and I really like there's a super heavy riff in Strutter, which is beast of a
I don't hate them. I don't go out my way to listen to them.
Yeah,
but they do have some good stuff. I don't disagree.
I've not listened to them in a very long time, to be fair. Maybe this will spur me listening to some Kiss again.
I hope not.
Because have you ever seen the film Detroit Rock City?
I don't think so.
Oh mate, we need to do a watch through of that. It's it's like an American Pie style, but way pre-American Pie. It stars Ed Furlong of Terminator 2 fame, and it is the story of them breaking out of school to go to Detroit to see a Kiss concert and the shenanigans that happen along the way. And the soundtrack is all Kiss, and Kiss appear in the film at the end. And I've not seen it.
How much money did they make on it?
A lot, I would imagine.
Oh, so it was another capitalist play.
Well, I've not seen it in a very, very long time.
Right.
Very long time. Probably 15 years since I've seen that film. I used to watch it regularly. I loved it. It might be dreadful now, but thoroughly good film. I enjoyed it.
You know, another film that I used to watch regularly when I was younger and is absolutely terrible. I knew at the time. Rockstar.
I hate that film.
Why? It's got Zakk Wylde.
It's got Zakk Wylde in it, and that's the best part.
And it's also got We All Die Young, which is a great song.
Yeah, it's got Zakk Wylde throwing out some homophobic slurs.
Has it?
Yes.
I don't remember that part.
Yes, he takes issue with the singer leaving the band because he's gay.
Oh, okay, right.
And he makes a couple of comments. The character.
It's been a while since I've watched it, obviously.
Rather than Zakk.
Yeah, I don't imagine he's got too much of a problem with people just for their own choices. He seems quite accepting.
Yes, he plays up the gay thing often. That's a big part of his shtick. But Rockstar, I don't like that film because I went into it wanting it to be super, super cool and a lot of fun and rock, and it's just not. It's relationship drama.
Yeah.
Between Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston.
Pretty much.
Just yeah.
But Miles Kennedy.
No, you were having sex with someone else.
But Miles Kennedy's in it.
Yeah. Miles Kennedy, he's in it right at the end.
Yep.
The star of that film.
Is Miles Kennedy.
The star of that film is, I'm pretty sure he's in it, is Timothy Spall. He's the road manager, the tour manager. Yeah.
It's been that long since I've seen it that I don't remember him in it.
It's like I've got an eidetic memory. I don't.
No.
But well, maybe we'll watch that again at some point as well. But I distinctly remember that being dreadful. I had to transcribe one of the songs from it just recently. Actually, someone wanted to learn one of the
really.
Yeah,
I remember watching that at like 13 and thinking at the time like having your nipple pierced isn't cool, and that full scene was really weird. I think it was meant to be like somewhat sexual, but it was just really uncomfortably perverse.
Yeah.
Let me just freeze your nipple and hold a potato at the end of it and then stab it with a needle. Like, oh, you're really turning me on. Not.
Yeah.
Sorry, anyway.
I think I had to transcribe "Living the Life" just recently. I'm sure it was that tune, but
if it's not "We All Die Young," I'm not interested.
Steel Dragon, cool band,
Correct.
Cool band. It surprises me that every now and again, I guess Zakk can't sing that stuff, so it wouldn't really work. But I'm surprised there hasn't been some Steel Dragon gigs. Sort of thing that Zakk would sort out.
If they got someone to come along to the vocals, I think that's something he probably would do.
Miles Kennedy.
He's the man for the job, clearly.
Yeah. Anyway, so back onto the subject of Kiss.
Yes. And their business practices.
Yeah, my pal Darren reached out to us because he listens to the show.
Thank you, Darren.
We've obviously talked about VIP tickets for shows a couple of times.
And laughed heartily at some prices.
Yeah. Well, Kiss have just announced all of their VIPs for their... It's their final tour. Yeah, the final tour ever. They're billing it as the final tour ever.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. Same as Slater's was the final tour until it got announced that they're playing at Download next year.
Yeah, and if you look at... Have you seen the poster?
Final UK show.
Final UK show.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll play somewhere else. But this is our final UK show.
What's going to happen is Kerry King's going to come back with a full lineup and call it Kerry King Slayer or something.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
Kerry King is like the thrash version.
Yeah.
Of fucking Big Tongue. What do you call him?
That actually, when you put it like that, like I hate Kerry King, and I hate Kerry King for all of the reasons that you hate Gene Simmons. And yeah, and
just saying.
I've only just made that connection.
Saying.
Yeah, I do understand why people don't like Gene Simmons, but I find him fascinating. Yeah.
Well, I think he's a very intelligent and obviously a very wise businessman, but
yeah,
not a good person.
Yeah,
maybe that's me speaking from the outside, and I don't know him personally. Obviously,
it's also just it fits in with my character persona type thing, which is just having the balls to say things that people don't like.
But he doesn't say them because he believes them. He says them just to be an asshole, I think.
Yeah.
Do you?
What, say things just to be an asshole? Yes, absolutely. A lot of the time.
I don't know why I question you that, because I know that's the case.
Yeah, of course.
I just want other people to understand.
Yeah. People don't really understand that. It's a tough one. Like I wish Levi Clay was a stage name, and I could have a name outside of when I'm on camera, because I just do amplify everything up and make things just pretty ridiculous. But there's definitely Gene Simmons in there. You know, just saying things just to rile people up. I like seeing people shocked and horrified by things. So,
I think you also like to question people into a corner.
Yep. Yeah. It's like people feeling awkward.
You're a bad man.
I'm a lovely person.
Let's move on.
Yeah. So Kiss have announced their VIP. There's the meet and greet, the Captain's Lounge, and the Ultimate Kiss Army. So the meet and greet, and credit where credit is due, at least you can get a actual meet and greet with the band, because Eagles didn't offer that for their most expensive ticket. We talked Ozzy Osbourne at Download, you could do a meet and greet. I can't remember who else we've talked about expensive
I don't remember
VIP.
Either.
We talked about some expensive VIP thing, and the point was, you know, all of this, you pay all this money and you don't actually get to meet Guns N' Roses. That's what
that was it. You're right. Sorry, it was silly money.
You don't even get to meet Guns N' Roses.
No. You also get a personal photo opportunity with Kiss with this one as well, which that's fair. I think even from the bottom tier of if you're paying for this extra, then we want to make it personal. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just so Gene Simmons can personally sell you some more stuff.
Guns N' Roses is probably bigger than Kiss, but in my mind, probably not by a lot. In terms of fan base,
I think they're probably bigger in terms of in the moment, because Kiss haven't really gave up, whereas Guns N' Roses were away and have come back and made a big deal about it.
Yep.
But I know what you mean. They're of similar.
Yeah, they're mega stadium rock bands. Yeah, like Rock in Rio type bands.
Even the tagline for Kiss, like, you wanted the best, but you got the best.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's what they're trying to sell it on. We are the biggest and best and greatest and the most outrageous and flamboyant and different level band. So, I don't know why I'm talking with my hands so much, because the people that are listening won't get that.
Yeah.
But me like hammering it all up.
Let's reel off what you get for $1,000 for the meet and greet. That's a meet and greet with Kiss, a personal photo opportunity with Kiss, exclusive access to the Kiss Army's Captain's Hospitality Lounge, which includes a VIP wine bar and the Kiss End of the Road signature cocktail, hot and cold hors d'oeuvres, and a dessert bar with a dedicated VIP entrance. That's just an opportunity for you to spend money.
Pretty much curious.
Yeah.
Same as the last one we're talking about, like hassle-free merchandise shopping.
Yeah. An autographed Kiss End of the Road 8x10. Okay. This is interesting. A $250 merchandise voucher to be used in the Kiss End of the Road online store. So you're getting some back. So the VIP is $750. Commemorative Kiss meet and greet laminate, access to crowd-free merchandise shopping.
Selling convenience, very clever. It's the American way.
On-site VIP host. But this package does not include a ticket. You must purchase a ticket to the show in order to attend the VIP experience.
As is expected.
Yes.
But, as you said, like, if you are a mega, mega Kiss fan, that's going to be worth your while.
Yes.
If you genuinely think, this is the last opportunity I'm going to get to see this band, is it worth me going there to do that? And, I mean, obviously the VIP bar is going to cost them when they're drinking and stuff, but the fact that merchandise is included in your extra ticket, I think people are going to make allowances of going, well, I don't mind spending money at the bar, because I've got this to buy, t-shirts, etc. The money I'd put away for that.
Sure.
That's already.
Now, Darren hasn't sent me what you get for Captain's Lounge, but actually from reading this, I would assume that maybe the exclusive access to the Kiss Army Captain's Hospitality Lounge is exclusive to the Captain's Lounge tier.
Maybe the meet and greet's just a meet and greet plus your stuff, and the Captain's Lounge is actually all of this stuff. Obviously, getting access to the special bar and the.
Oh no! Okay, no. I've misread that. The meet and greet. For some reason, he didn't send that in text. The $1,000 meet and greet one comes with a $100 merchandise voucher. The $1,500 Captain's Lounge one comes with the $250 one.
Still reasonable, I suppose, if you're a mega Kiss fan.
Yep. And then the last ultimate one, here we go, this is the big daddy, the Ultimate Kiss Army.
You've missed a part, actually. See if you scroll up a wee bit. Scroll up a wee tiny bit. From. The golden one is from.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, from $5,000.
Ah, you sneaky bastard.
Let's see how this factors in. So yeah, this is from $5,000 for your ultimate. Very limited availability. This is the ultimate KISS Army fan experience. You get a private backstage meet and greet with KISS, personal photo opportunity with KISS, watch the whole show from the pit. No fans have access to the pit, so cool. A backstage tour with your personal KISS concierge. Your tour will take you to areas that only the band and limited members of the crew can visit. So you get to visit places that not even the full crew can visit, which is interesting. Start out by stepping foot on the holy ground that is the KISS stage. Sit on Eric's drum stool at his drum kit.
The holy ground,
yeah,
of this venue that we're playing at randomly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do kind of know what they mean, because like when I met Steve Vai and we hung out with Steve Vai backstage, I got to go on stage and I stood on Steve Vai's carpet, you know, the one that he stands on, and that was kind of cool.
Really ties the room together, man.
Yeah. So you get to stand at Paul, Gene and Tommy's microphones, hold Paul's legendary cracked mirror guitar, Gene's classic axe bass and Tommy's signature Epiphone guitar. Visit Kiss's wardrobe, where you can see the band's outfits up close and try on the real Kiss boots, which is kind of cool. If you're a mega
for every
Kiss
size, have they got a pair for every size? Because I don't think Gene Simmons has got a size 12 like me, a UK 12.
Yeah, good point. Well, I imagine that those boots are probably a lot bigger than their standard size, because it's supposed to make them just look like giants.
I'm just being an asshole. It's actually pretty cool so far.
Yeah, I
need to admit,
they've really gone out of their
cool.
way to give you some value. So along the way, we'll visit all of the areas of the KISS production. You'll meet many members of the crew that keeps the KISS machine going strong. Autographed end of the road limited edition framed lithograph specific to the show, hand numbered from 1 to 15, shipped directly to your home. Lifetime membership to the official KISS Army fan club, exclusive access to the KISS Army Captain's Hospitality Lounge, VIP bar. Commemorative KISS meet and greet laminate. There's no mention of like a voucher to use on the site. So, yeah. I asked Darren if he had to pay to get access to those things, and he is a member of the KISS Army, which he pays $50 for. So,
see, the only thing about that Ultimate Experience, if you scroll back up, if you don't mind, was the lifetime membership of the official KISS Army fan club. Well, if this is your very last tour ever, essentially what you're giving me for life is a look into a forum.
Yeah.
I don't mean that's valueless, but
yeah, it doesn't have much value.
No. The rest of it is pretty cool, I have to admit.
Yeah.
I kind of laughed when they were talking about hold the cracked mirror guitar and the axe bass and then a signature Epiphone.
Yeah.
It was like, you tried.
Yeah.
Which is unfair.
Bless Tommy. He's
I know. That's what I mean. It's unfair. That's like the only representation he's getting.
Yeah. Well, he plays in an old, kind of irrelevant in 2018 band, basically. I think
Epiphone can still make $5,000.
Yeah. Is Epiphone the right Epiphone? I'd probably go as far as saying Gibson probably would be a smarter business choice for Gibson, the brand, because I think the type of people that are into KISS and are going to buy a KISS signature guitar are probably in a position to buy a Gibson.
The people that are into KISS are happy to drop money. That's how the band works.
Yeah. So, Darren paid $50 to be part of the KISS Army, and he did buy 2 tickets for the show. He didn't buy the VIPs, and the 2 tickets did still run him
quite a lot of money,
$450 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, $450. Front row seats were $1,000. So, yeah, I guess that factors in a lot. You know, for that VIP meet and greet at $1,000, you don't get a ticket with that. So if you wanted to see the show from front row, you'd also need to drop $1,000 for it too. So you know, it's a lot of money. It's a big money making machine, because of course it is. It's KISS. Yeah. Shall I segue?
Let's do it.
You know what else is a big money making machine?
Do tell me.
Black Friday.
Oh, I like that. That was swift, slick.
Yeah, Black Friday has been developing popularity for the last decade or so.
Yeah, I think a big part of that's obviously online shopping.
Yeah,
especially Amazon's relentless and ruthless need to grow constantly.
Yeah,
they make the biggest deal about deals all the time.
Originally, we were having Black Friday, and then they extended it to Cyber Monday.
Yep, and then essentially it's Sales November.
Yeah. And I was talking to the wife this morning about it, and she doesn't like that they have the sale on for so long. She was like, you should wait till Friday, you'll get a better deal. And I was like, no. All of the companies that I'm looking at this year seem to be opening their Black Friday deals up for the entire week, because that makes the most sense. It got to breaking point a couple of years ago where you were going out for whatever it is you wanted to shop for online and you were buying it on the Friday, and the company were getting like 15 times their normal orders. They didn't have the infrastructure to fulfill all the orders in a timely manner. They couldn't ship all the stuff out.
That's wild.
Yeah, so now at least they're getting that 15 times of normal sales, but spread over a week. Makes a little bit more sense.
One of Kieran's lesser known videos, actually, from quite a few years ago, is called the Black Friday Sing Along. For those of you who know of KMAC 2021, Kieran, my brother, any listener that's obviously been listening for the start, or anyone who's been near the internet in the last year, go and have a check out of it. It's rather funny.
I mean, we can check out a KMAC video if you want right now.
If you want to put the Black Friday Sing Along on, let's do it.
I wasn't going to put that on. I was going to put Monuments on, but we can.
We can do that too. I hope he's not taking it down. That would be really annoying.
He probably has.
I don't know what the meta tags are like, so there it's there.
Let's do a react. The beauty of this is, I would like to think that your brother can't copyright strike us. Come at us, Kieran.
I hope he does.
We know where you live.
Gonna have some real beef.
Yeah.
Let's fight over a TV. Let's fight over a TV. Let's fight over a TV. Cause we're all useless cunts. Let's all trample some strangers. Let's all trample some strangers. Let's all trample some strangers because we're stupid cunts.
It's a pre-fame KMAC.
You getting in on this early? 32,000 views? Nothing.
Because we're stupid cunts.
And that's our videos demonetised. Yeah, while on the subject of KMAC, we're going to bring this up at some point in the show, but
Let's just do it.
What better time?
I mean, it's Black Friday week, so they're going to get a 2-for-1.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Bingo. I see what you're doing
Some
there.
bargains there, eh?
So I can't get a copyright strike on this because I filmed this. Yeah, I went down to see Monuments, of course, because I really like Monuments. I'm also working with Brown and Ollie on the tab book for the new album. That's all done. I've been working on Brown's instructional website, Riff Hard. So I wanted to go down and see the guys hang out. Yeah, I bought a VIP thing for that. I bought it because I wanted to buy it and support the band.
Because you're a nice guy.
I also just wanted the exclusive VIP t-shirt, which I then lost at the gig.
Kieran ended up with one.
Yeah. Yeah. So on the day I shot Brown a message and said, hey, I'm going to bring this cunt down to the show. Can you add him to the list? And as soon as he saw Kieran's video, he was like, yep, cool, awesome, looking forward to it. So we went down and we met the guys. They were all really happy to see Kieran, especially Chris Barretto.
Yeah, Kieran was telling me that, like, despite the fact he doesn't talk, he lost his shit.
Yes. So yeah, Chris Barretto does not talk from the moment he wakes up in the morning until he hits the stage, to preserve his voice, which is real dedication. But the animated actions when he saw Kieran, he jumped in the air, hugged him, pulled up his phone. Chris didn't know that Kieran was coming, so it was a genuine surprise for him.
That's real good, isn't it?
Yeah. He pulled up his phone and was showing Kieran all the his history, which is full of Kieran's videos. And then it was suggested by Ollie that Kieran should get up on stage and play the solo to Regenerate with them, because Brown doesn't know the solo to it, and every night they just make something up, do something stupid. And Kieran was reluctant, but I twisted it and I was like, mate, you've got to do this, because at the time we thought it was just sound check. We thought it was just having a laugh at sound check. And then so we watched sound check and they didn't play the song, and Kieran was like, oh, okay, maybe they changed their mind. And I went, maybe they mean on the gig. And Kieran was like, oh no, I don't want to play on the gig. Ollie came down and he was like, so you still up for it later? And Kieran was like, I guess.
Kieran and his well-known optimism.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like the most unfussed person on the planet.
Yeah, absolutely.
He did say he was pretty stoked that Chris Barretto was excited about seeing him, because like Kieran's been into Periphery as long as I have, which is when Bulb was just releasing demos.
Yeah.
And obviously early Haunted shows, as well as when Chris Barretto was in Periphery. So yeah, he was like, yeah, this is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
he had a plan. Well, what Ollie had said is, do you want to do one of your man plays solo without having learnt it thing? Which, seemed like a funny meme. And I said to Kieran, look, mate, you're short of content. You could do with some fucking content. So let's do it at rehearsal, I was thinking, and I'll film it, and there you go, you'll have some content. yeah, so his plan was just to get up and play Sweet Child of Mine, just the intro to Sweet Child of Mine, over and over and over, which would have been funny. He was even thinking of sitting on the floor and playing Sweet Child of Mine just over and over and over. And then like 5 minutes before he was due on stage, I just had a panic. I was like, mate, you can't play Sweet Child of Mine. And he was like, why? And
I mean,
was
he
like,
can't anyway.
Dude, they're tuned to like open B flat. And he went, shit. I don't know what I'm going to do. So he said to me, after the show, he said, basically, I just went up and I didn't know what key the song was in, what the guitar was tuned to. I just hit a note and bent it, and I got lucky. He said, I landed on a good note. I put some vibrato in it, and because I didn't know the tuning, I just tried to stay in that area of the neck and just use that note as my pivot. But luckily, I hit a good note. He didn't hit a good note. And who knows, maybe he's looking back on that fondly thinking I hit a good note, meaning it was a good note, or maybe he was thinking it was a K-Mac good note. Like,
let's let the viewers and listeners decide
exactly.
if it's a good
I'm
note
going to hit
not.
play. Let's have a listen.
I mean, spoilers, it's not the best. Don't skip on that.
Alright, everybody make some noise for my man Kieran right now, K-Mac. This is going to be the greatest solo of all time. Take it away, man. Everybody fucking applause.
It's doubly funny because as soon as Kieran plays his first note, you watch Chris Barretto, he falls over, and for you can't see the full of Chris for the entire solo, but he was rolling on the floor laughing.
This is going to be the greatest solo of all time.
Leave it playing after the solo as well.
That was him on the floor at that point.
Everybody fucking applause.
Because I know what you're waiting for. It was at this point. Yeah.
That's the best part. Because Barretto been like, oh fuck, I fucked up because of him. That's so good.
Yeah, it was after the fact that we realised that obviously we know who Kieran is. Monuments know who Kieran is. And 20% of the audience there probably knew who Kieran was. But imagine that 80% that had no idea who Kieran was.
Kieran's comment was quite good. People must have thought it was a fucking Make-A-Wish Foundation fucking activity.
Yeah. Here it comes. The only hatred I have of this video is, for some reason, after he finished, he just stood at the side of the stage for ages, and I was just waiting if we to come back down to where I was stood, and then when he eventually came, I got this lovely. What a reprobate!
Oh, it's a fucking Mike Myers.
Yeah, so that was a magic night. Anyway, we were talking about Black Friday, weren't we?
We were indeed, yes.
I have no idea how Monuments came into that, or Kieran, Black Friday.
Black Friday sing along, and people
Black
got a 2-for-1. That's
Black
what
Friday.
happened.
Got to get down on Black Friday, but
Stop that
yeah,
right fucking now.
I'm sorry. So Black Friday this year, you said you've not really done much looking.
No, I haven't, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Been more focused on kind of Christmas shopping, doing it early.
That's what Black Friday is all about. It's supposed to start you on your Christmas shop.
Yeah, but all I've really been buying for is Finlay, and Finlay isn't really into music production yet. So
yes, so all of these things that I'm going to draw your attention to probably won't be of interest to Finlay. But yeah, I'm keeping my eyes out for Christmas presents as well. I've got my eye on the Lego store. I'm hoping that I'm hoping Lego are going to, have some good Black Friday deals, because Papa needs the Disney Princess Castle, because I want to make it with Hayley, because I don't have kids.
Himself, without Hayley.
Yes. I really want the Millennium Falcon. They do a Millennium Falcon that's like 8,000 pieces, 14. It's big. It's big. It's also £650.
When I was younger, I was really, really avid on Lego. I've still got pretty much all the Lego that I ever had at my mum and dad's. And I remember used to, like, Christmas and birthdays were like, yes, I wonder what big cool fucking Lego I'm going to get. And I think my favourite one was remember they'd done the Lego Aliens?
Yep.
And they had like the fibre optic lights and stuff. I had the X-Insterella, and I still remember the name of it, the big fucking alien ship. They had like neon green, like a disc at the front, and red glow-in-the-dark fibre optic piping coming around the sides of it and stuff. It was fucking incredible.
Yeah, Lego is very, very cool. And I'd forgotten that until I shouldn't have forgotten that actually, because I built that Lego Ferrari when I was living in that was Banbury Road, I think.
And then Finlay destroyed it.
Finlay destroyed it, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, fun times. But then I made that BB-8, and I just remembered Lego is fucking fun. Lego is very. I would love to meet the people that design
Legos.
those. Yeah, you know, so someone is given the job of, we need a BB-8, like a decent sized BB-8, and we want it to function. We want him to have a head that moves, and we want, you know, mechanisms in there that do things.
Intricacy.
Yeah, I'd really be interested to talk to someone like that. Anyway, so Black Friday deals this year, ones that I've noticed all seem to be like music production type things.
Yeah, a lot of plugins.
I've already upgraded. I use Studio One as my DAW, so they had a sale on to upgrade to Studio One, well, to just buy Studio One version 4. I got an upgrade from Studio One 3 Professional. They didn't think about this when they named their software, did they? Studio One, Studio One 2, Studio One 3, Studio One 4.
She kept it Studio One 2. That's like the perfect sound guy, like name for a program.
I mean, I was a bit confused when it wasn't Studio 2, Studio 3 and Studio 4, but Studio One 4 Professional, I got an upgrade for that, and that was a half price upgrade, so it cost me 60 quid to upgrade from 3 to 4. So
pretty damn good.
Having said that, I upgraded from 2 to 3 like 3 years ago, and didn't learn about any of the differences from 2 to 3, so who knows.
I think there's a bit of difference though. Certainly in the last year you've put a lot of focus on learning the DAW and your plugins.
It's not been as good as it could, but that leads me on to my next thing. Groove 3, another website I use for tutorials on music production. They have a Black Friday sale on. You can get an annual membership over there for $99. Usually it's $150, so that's a good one.
Pretty fucking good.
I've been there for a year. You know, anytime I've got a plugin that I want to use, or there's something that I want to do in my recording software and I want a good proper pro shot tutorial from an expert on how to do it, can usually go over there. They were just purchased recently by Hal Leonard as well. So every month they've also been they've been uploading books on there as well.
I mean, Hal Leonard are fucking huge.
Yes. So
at least in terms of tenure.
Yeah. So
that's insane.
They're uploading music books and tutorial books and guitar instructional videos and stuff. So yeah, and I also think they have a 50% off sale on any downloads that you buy from the site. So I do like Groove Free. I'm fond of Groove Free. It's very cheap. On that note, also Nail the Mix and URM. They also have a Black Friday sale on. I'm not sure on the price of things over there because I'm already a member, so it's not something I really need to worry about. But that's, you know, worth checking out. If you're looking at more lower tier home recording stuff, stuff that I've used for a very long time, the Tune Track stuff, Easy Mix, that's on sale for like 60 euros, or
it's always good stuff as well.
Yeah, and all the preset packs. I was a big fan of the Easy Mix stuff. I like that. Superior Drummer 3 is on sale. I think some of the, you know, check out Tune Track. They have regular sales on Black Friday. You can always pick some stuff up very cheap.
And they've always got great stuff, I think. But you're not using the Devin Townsend packs for a while?
Yeah, that's the Metal Masters. Yeah, Devin Townsend's Devin Crunch is when I demo stuff. Not so much now. I've got the Kemper, but yeah, for a very long time, if I wanted to demo something, I just chucked on the Easy Mix Devin Townsend Devin Crunch. That was good, heavy Devy bass sound as well, and yeah, it's just good. It's good enough for a demo, you know. Good quality demos. So yeah, that's worth checking out if you are a little bit more serious about things. Neural DSP that made the Dark Glass preamp and also the Fortin Nameless suite, which is really popular at the moment
because it's got Mike Fortin's name on it, and undoubtedly it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds really good. That's on. Those are both on sale. I think they're like 30% off. So they are cool. What else has jumped out at me? Fab Filter, the Fab Filter plugins, they've got a sale on as well. So if you're into plugins, for Fab Filter is like as good as it gets as far as I'm concerned. I do keep adding lots of like analog wave stuff to my collection, but the Fab Filter stuff, if you are after a good EQ, I think they have the best EQ on the market. You know, you can get lots of stuff from those guys, but yeah, their EQ, they have a limiter that is great, and I use that. I use their reverb plugin a fair amount. I like that. Yeah, they've got some cool stuff. They're cool Fab Filter stuff. Well worth checking out. So yeah, also I'm getting a new chair because, you know, Black Friday sales. And I spend so many hours a day sat on this damn chair, I feel like, I don't want a crippled back. But Black Friday, woo!
Back Friday.
I see what you did there.
It was bad, but fuck it, let's move on.
I am going to elect to move on, not to the next story, but the one after that.
Okay.
Let's make it our big subject, and then we'll call this episode, we'll wrap this episode.
Let's do it. The interesting and ever confusing topic of Jered Threatin and Threatin the band with was it Conquering the World tour? Was that the right name?
No, it was Break the World.
Breaking the World tour. That's
Breaking
right. Sorry, yeah.
Which is one more reason why I think it's a troll. Breaking the world, breaking the internet, which was supposed to be a meme. But anyway, tell the story. I've obviously done a video on it, so obviously people can watch that if they want a long form version of this. I don't want to say too much at first. I would rather you gave your perspective and you talked about it, because people on my channel have probably already heard me talk about it. So, who is Jered Threatin? What happened?
So TLDR, too long didn't read, for anyone who hasn't heard or seen this madness that seems to be on everyone's lips. Basically along the lines of, this person decided to go on a European tour, Breaking the World. This is Threatin, and Jered Threatin being the front man of the band, along with some session musicians. Booked himself quite I wouldn't say humble, it's not a humble tour at all. Quite a grassroots tour, but it's quite a big one as well for someone who's...
There's a lot of dates.
Yeah, a lot of dates, not like
say
massive
big
venues,
though.
but
yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, it was appropriate for a band without a massive following that you wouldn't really expect to look at a poster and go, I don't know that person, but still not expect them to play the venue. Anyway, long story short, he, by the looks of things and by the mounting evidence, very cleverly set a ploy in place to have all these venues booked with non-existent figures for pre-sales and whatever other amount of people that were going to be there, and a lot of people are very unhappy and a lot of other people are happy, which is strange. It's very divisive. And basically what happened, so he's turned up, played all these venues, or at least
to nobody.
The ones that have let him, because I know a few venues basically demanded him to pay the venue costs for the night.
He'd already done that.
Had that actually happened?
Yeah, he prepaid all of these venues.
See, that's not what I heard about one. I think it might have been Manchester, but I might be wrong. Anyway, yeah, pretty much to absolutely fucking no one. The first story we heard that was pretty much a first person account was one of the bands who were supporting them at the venue, and those guys stayed, and they said they were the only 3 or 4 people in the crowd for the full night. And the band, or Jered Threatin directly, one of the members of that team anyway, had basically insisted to that person that they had been scammed by the venue. That was the reason why there was no one there. They had made all these pre-sales, but no one obviously showed up, and the venue had said they were doing their part and they hadn't, or however they'd spun it. Anyway, these guys stayed out of pity and said the band weren't terrible, but we can understand now that we're hearing more of the stories why no one turned up, because there was pretty much no PR and it doesn't have any fans.
Yeah, because you're a nobody.
Yeah. So, I mean, since then it's basically been debated back and forth. Members of his band, members of people who, other people who were supporting his band, other members of the public. I think even a couple of venues have spoken out. Now, I don't really care whether you play to 1 person or 200, but when you book a venue and a venue gives you a slot, they obviously need to recoup costs, not just by whatever the venue cost is. If he did pay them all up front, which I wasn't aware of.
It may not have been all of them, but I certainly know the Underworld, he had paid £780
okay,
up
right,
front
so
to book it.
Right.
If he was paid in full.
Okay, well that's fair enough. Whatever the case is.
So venue's still going to make a loss, like overall, because they're £780 to book the venue, but then we're also expecting to sell X amount of drinks.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. My point, or my unhappiness with how it's been dealt with by that person, is that he's not built himself like a cult following. People don't think, oh, that's a great way to get yourself exposure. I mean, he has exposed himself, but not in a good way. You know what I mean? Like, that's like...
Well, the madness is he didn't play the last 3 shows of the tour. I think it was the last 3 shows. And
really?
That is insane, because honestly, I think the last 3 shows of that tour would probably be the most attended shows that he'll ever get to play in his life.
Probably.
You know what I mean? Like, I think Ireland was one of the last shows.
Why did he choose not to? Because of everything coming out?
Show. Yeah, just too much heat by the looks of things. Maybe venues were pulling out. He had announced that we're cancelling shows.
It would not surprise me if the venues basically said, unless you can guarantee X amount of people, you will be held accountable for full cost of the night plus loss of earnings.
They would have been, but they're in that boat anyway. When they say that to him and he goes, "Cool, we'll cancel the show then." Like, I think the last show on that tour could have had if I was within travelling distance of the last show of that tour, I absolutely would have gone to see it. It's a spectacle. I would want to say I was part of it. I would want to say that I saw this shit show happen.
Nah, I wouldn't give him a single fucking penny, nor would I give him the scrapings of his shit.
He's not, but that's the thing, mate. He's not got a penny. Like, he will have crippled himself with debt to try and do this. This is the mad thing, right? I had a heated discussion with someone about this on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I made a video about it, and then they came in taking issue not with the Threatin situation, but taking issue with Levi Clay being negative about something again.
Oh, I remember seeing this, and like the guy saying something like, "You shouldn't always be up on your pedestal or your soapbox or something," and you're like, "What do you think some of my content, or the majority of my content, when it comes to talking about topics is?"
Yeah, also, I'm not on your profile on my soapbox. This is my fucking profile. I will sit on my profile and say whatever the fuck I like. Thank you very much. And when someone attacks me on my profile, I will defend myself.
Yeah.
If I'm on your profile and someone attacks me, I'll bow out. Like, I'm not going to make a sit. But anyway, point was, his issue was, what happened to the fucking good old days where people just used to, they practiced their instruments and then they went out and they got a fan base and they played shows and shit.
The music industry evolved, you cunt.
And well, no, more importantly, like, I understand what you're trying to do. It's the Jamie Humphries thing. Like, you're trying so desperately to have a dig at me. You're trying so desperately to have a dig at me. Why don't you just go out and get a gig, Levi? I've got an audience. I'm quite fucking happy with my audience. Also, by your own argument there, Jered Threatin is a fucking champion because he went out, he learnt his instrument, he spent the money to record an album on which he recorded every single instrument. Like, he can play, I'll give him that. Then he has also invested in hiring a band. We'll talk about how much they got paid. Not too good. Booking flights for everyone, accommodation, spending the money up front to book venues. As far as many people are concerned, Jered Threatin is supposed to have done everything right. It's still a scam because we know what the intention was. It was, I don't have an audience in America, so I'll go over to Europe. I'll play a bunch of shows over there. Then when I come back to America, I'll be a successful European touring artist, which will give the illusion that I'm more popular than I am, so I'll be able to sell more shows in America. But the only way I get the shows in Europe is by creating the illusion that I'm popular in America, kind of thing. And it all imploded on him. But really, like, I don't actually think that the plan was all along to troll. That's what I hoped when this thing exploded, when it first happened. When I read the first headline, my thought was, that's funny. Like, that's kind of like when we've talked about Wolfpack on the show, where they did the Spotify album, which was Silence. Like, you just read the headline of that, and you read the title to that, and you laugh, and you go, I see what you've done there. That's clever. You're making a point. When they did that to make a point about the industry and how little royalties are, and we essentially need to be cheeky motherfuckers in order to make money doing this, because there's no money in it. Like, there's so much more to what Wolfpack did than just saying this is a way for us to make money. I think it says a lot about the industry. So initially, when I read the stories here, I thought that this was some sort of performance art, booking a tour where you were a nobody.
I mean, to be fair, when you see that initial picture of him holding up that photo frame, that's
and I saw that with it. He looked like a throwback to the 80s. Like, it could be in Duran, only he had long hair, but you know what I mean.
He could be in the bin.
Yeah. So that is initially what I had hoped, but actually, the more details come out, the more it seems that he really was just doing everything in his power to try and be more popular than he actually was. Because the nail in the coffin is, if he had planned to do what I thought he was doing, take a camera crew with you and document it, make a documentary out of the whole situation, make a statement about the music industry. We disagreed about this before the show. I don't hold the venues responsible for this, but I hope that they've learnt something from this. I don't have a venue that I've booked people in, but I have been in the position where I have had to hire people to film instructional material for websites. And therefore had to go through and deal with lots of submissions, lots of people saying, give me a job, give me a job, give me a job.
Yes.
And there's what people tell you about who they are, and then there's what people actually are. We work in the music industry, and it's an ego-driven industry. We inflate stats. We create the illusion that we are much more popular than we are.
Smoke and mirrors.
Exactly. Nothing inherently wrong with that. That's, like we say, that's just the industry. Like, you tell people you're a big deal, there's one of two things they're going to do. They're either not going to give a shit, or they're going to think you're so arrogant that they want to see you fall on your ass and give you that opportunity, and then you just prove them wrong. You know? So at least that's the way I've always looked at it. So
that's because you're a cynical motherfucker.
I am a cynical motherfucker. But yeah, if Jered Threatin had come to me and said, Levi, I would like a job, what do you think? He wouldn't have a fucking chance in hell, because I'd spend 5 minutes, I'd look at his social media presence, I'd say, wow, this guy's got a lot of likes. That would pique my interest. Cool, this guy's got a lot of likes, a lot of attention on Facebook, he's got lots of views on YouTube. But then within 30 seconds you'd go, but whenever he posts on Twitter, his posts get 1 like. Whenever he posts anything on Facebook, he gets no likes. Whenever, YouTube, cool, this video has a lot of views, it's got a lot of thumbs up, but how many comments does it have? How genuine do those comments appear? Does it look like people are actually engaged with his music here? Because, as we've all found out, like like farms, it's not expensive to create a fake following. We've even got evidence that the big artists do it, because YouTube have removed hundreds and hundreds of thousands of views from many like top pop artists' Vivo YouTube channels, because they were all deemed to be fake views.
Yep.
They all do it to create a sense of buzz and illusion. So it seems that he was trying to do what he thought was the right thing, but
trying to play the game, but fucked it for everybody as well as himself.
Yeah, and the thing is, I don't think he has fucked it for himself. He's probably made it a little bit more difficult for con merchants to get gigs in venues like the Underworld. But that's exactly my point. Like, they will have learned something from this.
I think he's probably cost a lot of venues who could do without it money. That's where I get upset. And I get you're saying, the venue need to take some responsibility. But had he not went forward basically saying, along with whichever tour management company that was made up, you said it was his wife?
His wife, yeah.
With saying, we have these guaranteed sales, these are the other venues we're playing at, and this is what we've got so far engagement-wise. Who's going to then go, these are reasonable numbers, but I don't believe him, so I'm going to look at his Facebook and check that he's had 2 likes on a page. Do you know what I mean? I get that you understand that as being very much about
important
engagement. Definitely, it's very important, but that's because you use YouTube and you understand, and Facebook and obviously a lot of social media, you understand the engagement factor in that respect. Venues probably won't be too worried about looking at people's Facebook, except maybe the amount of likes they've got, and that the Facebook isn't blatantly terrible.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't think it's fair to hold the venues responsible any more than the due diligence they've made so far. They might have learnt a lesson now to do a bit more than what the standard is, but I don't think it's their fault that he's turned up with fake information.
Yeah. Well, someone will have learnt a lesson. Yeah. Someone, whoever booked him at each one of these venues, will be sitting here now going, not whether or not they're going, this is my fault, that's irrelevant. They will certainly be saying, I won't make that mistake again.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, fair enough.
Which is the important thing. £780, you know, when I was living and playing in London, I don't know, I assume promoters weren't paying the Underworld £780 in order to hire it out. So I could be wrong on that. That's a big risk to be taken. Yeah, that £780 figure that's been thrown around, that has been documented, seems like protection of, like an insurance policy, if you like, that the venue's taken out to minimise potential losses. They will still have lost money, but we're not talking like thousands and thousands. Especially as, you know, I have seen fucking Michael Schenker in the Underworld in Camden, and there have been less than 40 people there. You know, like venues, I've been to see friends play in the Underworld, and there's been 30 people there. You know, and we're talking £7 on the door. So still not 7 times 30 is still more than 3 times 7, but yeah, it's still venues like that are in trouble anyway. I take issue not so much with the Jered thing, just in general. There are too many bands playing too many venues, and nobody wants to go out and see live music because there's so many shit bands playing. It's too easy to play live music, but also it's easier than ever and harder than ever. Just sit on YouTube, make videos, say controversial shit, rile people up. There is a funny clip of the bass player though, so let's check this out.
Yeah, this was a really concerning, genuinely concerning reaction to.
Yeah.
He'd basically been given some questions and he's like, I'm going to make an open statement about my time with Threatin and my dealings with Jered Threatin. And I think, what was the first question? Like, were you aware of what's now turned out to be an elaborate scam? And he's just talking about his interaction with Jered and with the band and his interaction business-wise as well as personal. Why he's got a bag of coffee on his organ, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
there's so many things. Like, I'll bring it up so people can actually see him.
Yeah.
There's so many things that can be said about this. He talks about the situation, like, you know, we're just session players and we're just trying to make ends meet. And actually, I'll be able to check that. I'll check that further in a second. But I mean, the that's some hybrid mullet. It's not short on the top and long at the back. It's long on the top and ultra long on the back.
It's like a rat tail.
It's rat tail curtains.
Yeah.
It's certainly not cool, no matter what way you spin it. He's wearing a shirt and jacket. The shirt is done up with the top button and he's got a tie on.
It's also got collar buttons, which is quite uncommon unless you're 70.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just not seeing a young, cool, hip musician. What I can tell you is from the guitar player's interview, or was it the drummer? One of the two.
I think the drummer was the first person to come forward.
Yeah, they left the tour before this guy. This guy saw it out to almost the end, right?
Maybe that's why they didn't finish the tour.
Yeah.
Not having a band.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, we'd do that. Basically, you know, their story is we were approached via YouTube because they'd seen our playing and they said, do you want to come and audition for this band? They went from Vegas to LA to do the interview. You've done that drive, like it's not a short drive. They did the audition. They were offered the European tour. They then went back to Vegas and they were coming from Vegas to LA once a week for rehearsals, or once every 2 weeks or something like that. Yep. And then a week before the tour, they were there solidly for like 4 or 5 days, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the part which instantly tells you that these are not professional, experienced touring musicians.
Mm-hmm.
All those journeys, it wasn't until the day before they left for the tour that the drummer turned to Threatin, or the manager, and asked the question, not how much, is this a paid tour? Can you fucking imagine how wet behind the ears you'd have to be to make such a stupid error?
I mean, can you really consider yourself a session musician if you haven't negotiated fees before you've even left your house?
Yeah.
We no disrespect them, they might be great session musicians in terms of ability, but
I would begrudge having to travel for an audition, but I would, obviously. The moment I've got that gig and I'm travelling for rehearsals, you are paying for my travel. You are paying for my time to be at rehearsals. I'm not, like, these are session musicians. We're not joining your fucking band. I've got no stakes in this. Doesn't matter if this tour is extremely successful or not successful at all. I'm here to do a job. I'm here to play your music for you, so you pay me for rehearsals. Simple. Like, that's not unheard of. That's standard practice.
The old fuck you, pay me.
Yeah. So to turn around just before you leave for tour and ask, is this tour paid? This is inexperience. To be told, yes, it's paid, we're paying you $300 for the entirety of the tour, which was 2 weeks, I think, just under 2 weeks. $300 for 2 weeks, right? And then going, oh, I guess we'll just make the best of a bad situation. No, you don't. At that point, I'd be like, bye.
Enjoy your backing tracks.
Yeah, bye. Fuck that. $300 to not live comfortably. And it gets worse though, mate. I don't know how much reading you did on this. When they got over there,
mm-hmm.
It was then revealed, yes, it's $300, but that's to cover your food while you're in Europe. $300 doesn't get you very far.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
$300 probably wouldn't get you that far in the States.
Yeah.
Never mind converting that then to euros and losing half your money.
Yes, and the horrifying part is I'm not entirely sure if that was $300 for the whole band or per member. Either way, you know, not experienced musicians.
No.
So when I watched this video from their bass player, it seemed to me like somebody desperately trying to spin the situation in their mind so they hadn't been made a fool of. Saying I would work with Jered again. I keep saying Jered, it's Jered.
Is it Jered?
J-E.
Sorry, I think I started that.
Yeah, well, no. Even when I uploaded my video, I say Jered for the entire video. The title said Jered. I then, when I uploaded it, went, oh shit, it's Jered. Better change the title. So it doesn't matter. You know, it's Chip Shop, isn't it? He's next tomorrow's Chip Shop papers, I think is what they say. Anyway, so watching this was hilarious. It's the hesitation. It's the mental gymnastics you can see this guy going through before he says this next thing.
Yeah.
And they also said they would pay for food if I ran out of food money or anything like that.
Which wasn't true because the drummer had to get a credit card in order to pay for all that stuff, and then when he left early needed to fly himself home. Anyway, ready for the hesitation?
Yeah, we still had a good time sightseeing and everything, so it was still a fun time. Why did I end up leaving early after all?
Let's just watch that again. Because it was very much like the Dick Masterson on Dr. Phil thing. Every time I watch that clip of Dick Masterson on Dr. Phil with his epic comeback, the pause that the woman has seems longer every single time I watch it. And that pause felt a lot longer than it did the first time we watched it.
I think it's like you can go frame by frame when you watch her heartbreak.
Yeah.
With him, you can go frame by frame and watch him get more angry, realising, I'm making a gun to myself here.
He
Would
looks
I
like he's
change
wanting
it?
to not cry. It's incredibly awkward.
I think it's
If I
the
ever
tongue
felt like I
and the
wanted to
top
leave,
lip.
I could leave, and they would
And then
pay
his
for my
cheek.
ticket home. And they also said they would pay for food if I ran out of food money or anything like that.
Anger.
Again, what does that tell you? Yeah, perfect pause face. That is an anger face. What does that tell you? We would pay for your food if you ran out of money, right? What do you mean if we run out of money? When you are on tour with an artist, you have what's called a per diem. This is all budgeted into the tour. Every member of the crew, every member of the band has their daily money.
Should be.
And if you're being paid to go over and do a European tour as a hired fucking gun, you should have a per diem. It might be $20 a day. Could be as low as $20 a day. Could be $50 a day. Who knows? But there's no, if you run out of money, we'll pay for your food. It's just... No wonder you got scammed too. Just hold your hands up. Let's enjoy this awkward pause.
Do you think they're all in it? Because there's no way he dresses like that normally.
Yeah, we still had a good time sightseeing and everything. So
We had a good time sightseeing.
it was still a fun time.
I'd never been to Europe.
Time. Imagine seeing the sights. Imagine going over Europe to play a tour and the sights being, you know, the Tower of London and shit like that. I don't give a shit. If I go on tour, the sights I want is an audience. That's the only sight that matters. And that cash register going when people are buying lots of merch. You know what I mean?
My cut.
Yeah.
I don't know as much. But then again, you and I have drastically different kind of backgrounds in playing and touring.
I'm Gene Simmons.
Please don't say that. I'll just need to go home. That'll be the end of the guitar solos.
Yeah. So that's really that. Let me just I want to check his YouTube channel because I know these musicians were definitely found via YouTube.
167 views.
167 views. His entire channel has 26,000 views, which isn't the worst. But he's got 155 subscribers. Like, come on, Gavin, buddy, come on, pal, dude. Like, come on. I just feel bad.
He's a young guy that's left whatever music school and is trying to build himself a name, and he has genuinely went on that tour thinking, I'm going to exposure here.
This is
and
my
if
big break.
Builds my YouTube channel, that'll do the job. Because just looking at this just now, you've got him playing Scarified on bass.
Where's that?
Right there. You've got him playing the Trooper, Megadeth, a video with Davey 504.
Yeah, I mean he's almost there with it.
He's a bad man.
No, he's not. You know what I mean? Like he's not miles off. He's doing a better job of me playing Scarified Fingerstyle, but it's not like we'll put this on the album. You know?
Yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Especially when you compare it, like Paul Gilbert has gone out and played that with like Linus of Hollywood, and Linus of Hollywood had to play it with a pick because that's a bitch to play with your fingers. So when I say like he's almost there, I don't intend to be bitchy. I do appreciate that it comes across that way.
It was a compliment, just not.
It's a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, okay.
It's a Levi Clay compliment.
Non-existent.
But like, I'm talking like I'm a YouTuber now, and I'm not. But
yeah,
I'm doing more of it. He's got 155 subscribers, right? I'm about to hit 15,000. Okay, if somebody approached me and offered me an audition for a US tour based on my YouTube channel, I'd still be skeptical. And my channel is literally 100 times bigger than this.
Did he get the audition through YouTube though? Did you see that? Was that right?
The drummer and guitar player certainly said they did.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
We were contacted because of our YouTube videos. So of course, it could be different with the bass player, but
let's just assume that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Don't make assumptions.
155 subscribers.
Make an
wet
ass out
behind
of
the
you
ears.
and mumption. Yeah.
Stop it.
So I just feel bad for the guy. I feel super bad for the guy watching that video where he's trying to sort of justify everything, because yeah, I mean I'm gonna make a further observation that I don't need to make this on the show, but I don't need to make this vocally. But if you look here, and then if you go back and you look here. What you're noticing is what I would describe as a nice guy that sees the best in people.
Just say you think he's gullible. That's what you mean.
Well, those two things go hand in hand, don't they? So yeah. Tragic situation. I feel bad for the guy.
If this is the case, if he's genuinely went out naively thinking this is his big break, which it might still be by any accounts, if it brings some attention to him, then hopefully get something good from it. But
this is the point I made in my Jered Threatin video. Like, no matter what way you spin it, when he was on tour doing his UK and Europe tour, Slayer were on tour, right? And more people were talking about Threatin than Slayer.
More people had Slayer tickets than Threatin tickets.
That is true, obviously. But
you can talk all you want. It's about money.
Well,
how much money has Jered Threatin made from this? Or Jered Threatin, sorry.
Yeah.
Do we know? None.
We don't even know his name.
None.
No. Of course.
Kerry King is in his swimming pool, surrounded by £100 notes and $100 and €100, and just fucking loving it, laughing his pan in. Like, look at the state of all you dicks that believe this is the final tour.
Yeah. What we're talking about here is long term, right? And ultimately, people talking is money.
But he's not played it right.
Oh, I agree. But
so he's fucked the chance then. Like,
the thing I said in my video is he's fucked his music career. But this guy could walk into any PR job now.
Could he?
But
So you're not famous, but you're infamous. Do we really want you on the roster?
No, but he doesn't even need to be a named person at an agency. Like, he has demonstrated he has an ability to get people to talk about whatever it is he wants people to talk about.
He has demonstrated he has the ability to scam people and get caught.
And have people talk.
Not in a good way.
People talking is good.
So you think people talking about, for example, Rising Records, who scammed thousands of bands throughout the UK, is a good thing?
Well, no, because that's a consequence of them doing that thing.
And that's the same thing for Jered Threatin. He is being spoken about as a consequence of him scamming venues. Have I beat Levi in an argument? Has this happened?
No, you're right about that.
Am I real?
But the Jered, like, so what was the record label name?
Rising Records. So I don't know who they are or what the situation was. The gist of it was, to put it bluntly, and this is probably more down to the bands who took the deal, if you want to call it a deal, than the label. Basically approaching young bands and saying, we like what you've got, pay us up front to be part of your label, and we'll make sure you get paid and you get your album recorded, etc. And quite a lot of them did get recorded, etc. But rather than it being this extravagant studio outing and things going well. Pretty much the guy pocketed all the money and fucked off to Spain and bought a pub. That's genuinely what happened. He's still being hunted to this day, and I mean like vehemently.
Yeah. No,
or the other example is what was the name of that company that Leah Woodford had one of their guitars, and it was a British lutherie company. Leah Woodward plays with. She's got a few bands now. She plays with Aliases with Pin from Sixth, and I can't remember her new band's name, but she's doing well for herself. She had one of their guitars, and they did a video of them playing through it, and then it came out that the guy had scammed hundreds of people like for money for these custom guitars, and none of them were getting built, and the ones that did get built were shit.
Right.
And my point being, infamy is not good exposure unless you play it right, and this guy hasn't.
I totally agree with that. My point and how Jered is slightly different is he has. I absolutely believe that he has the ability to draw attention to any brand that he's working with, not via his name. I reckon that he's got. You need to be a special shitty type of person to have that viral marketing head on all the time.
Right.
I think he's got potential to help a company earn money.
No.
Yeah.
I disagree, because I think
I'm okay with that.
I mean, that's okay. It's good to have differing opinions. I just think, personally, if I were to see his name on any product, no matter how desirable, I'd be like, fuck that guy. I'm not interested. I don't want to work with someone who can't be honest, who doesn't have integrity. And if you value integrity that highly, I'm very interested to see how you would be happy. Well,
my point is I wouldn't know, and that's the point. Like
so, if no one knew he was part of it.
Well, yeah, I'm about to buy a Secret Lab chair.
But the only reason...
I don't know who's behind their marketing, but it's been very effective.
But let's just take a step back. It's not been the marketing of his tour that's got him all of this hype. It has been his ability to lie like fuck and then being caught scamming.
And then spinning it better than I think anyone ever could.
But he hasn't.
His quote of... I've got international press to talk about an empty venue. If you're talking about me still, then you're part of the illusion. That's a masterful spin.
That was a last-minute attempt to take the force of everything going wrong off him. To be like, haha, I was just joking, haha, that was my friend that said that on MSN Messenger. I didn't ask you out, haha. It was so fucking thinly veiled and terrible. Everybody was like, nah, he's still shit.
Yeah, I agree. But he's also right.
No.
We are perpetuating Jered Threatin by talking about him.
And talking about how shit he is and why he should be avoided.
Yep.
How is that that's going to boost your resume or your fucking CV?
Because we're talking about Jered Threatin, the person, the guy with the name. But if he got a job working for Kenko Coffee, or I don't know why I picked Kenko Coffee,
he would lose his job within a few days because he probably would steal and say that Kenko has the biggest sales revenue ever within 10 minutes of being in the door.
Yeah.
He's untrustworthy, and I don't think... I let me put it this way. I would be very interested to see if how you feel about him would actually be the case. If he is unwittingly an excellent PR guy. Not PR, sorry.
Yeah, PR. Just did like... That's
okay.
You hire a PR person to get people talking about you. So, yeah.
I'm saying PR because I'm thinking more kind of public relations, but nah, I don't see him being a public relations guy. Haha, I fooled you all.
Yeah, no, I also don't see him having a public thing, but I think he will easily from this be able to go to another company. I'm going to say Kenko Coffee again.
Mm-hmm.
He will be able to show them the quote of, I got the international press talking about an empty room and people are still talking about me. I have got ideas for your brand.
If he goes in and sells it that way, which he won't because he doesn't have that gumption,
I think you're probably
then maybe.
right.
I think you should probably contact him and see if your channel explodes.
What you mean me contact him and have him on my page?
No, just don't tell anyone that you're working with him and see what happens.
Oh. I mean, I'm
spoilers. He's not working with him.
No, I'm not. I've got someone else. I'm working with someone else, but we won't talk about that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I told you. We'll see.
His name is Jered Threatin.
Jered Threatin, yeah. Good guy. Plays loads of shows. I have actually signed up to Jered Threatin's fan club, just because I want emails to see what's happening.
Nothing.
Well, yeah, absolutely nothing. I've not had a single email. I just wanted to see behind the curtain on his site, like if there were clues as to this all being a scam all along. But
He's never going to let anyone know.
Yeah, fascinating character, and I'm really interested in seeing what happens.
Yeah, no matter what you say, it's fucking interesting. Yeah. It's a really weird topic.
We keep posting about it in our Guitar Souls admin group because it's just like
link after link after link. Like, what the fuck? This is even worse.
Yeah,
I can't believe this is happening. Is this guy an actual fucking troll?
Yeah.
Onwards and onwards. Anyway, before we just continue to talk shit about him.
Yeah. So we probably should have done this at the start of the episode. We have t-shirts.
We do. That's correct, on Teespring, if I'm not
Guitar
mistaken.
Souls t-shirts on Teespring. I will probably put an advert for them at the beginning as just like an image thing. We didn't do that because we're looking to make money. That would be nice if this show, actually made money.
I think even just covering costs would be lovely.
Yeah, we've almost been doing this for a year now.
That's insane, isn't it?
It's been nine months or something like that. And I mentioned this because that means in 3 months' time I'll need to pay for another year of hosting on SoundCloud.
I think that might be my turn.
Oh no, I don't mind. It's absolutely fine. But yeah, if we could sell some t-shirts to cover that, that'd be awesome.
I think maybe
that would
even
be good to buy me and Mike a beer over Christmas. That'd be cool. So, but to be clear, we didn't.
Let's go one further. If we can get enough people to buy t-shirts that we can buy a really good bottle of whiskey, we can get really fucked up on an episode and you can laugh at how bad it'll be.
I had a plan, and I don't know if you saw this. Metallica have obviously made their own whiskey, and I was trying to buy a bottle because I thought it would be great for us to drink it and review it.
Why? Oh.
It's obscenely expensive. It's like $40-50, which is fine. But if you want to get it shipped over here, you're looking at £140. Just utterly insane.
Yeah.
So I'll try and pick a bottle up when I'm over in the States next, but that, it won't be relevant at that point. But and then I thought, well, I'm going to find other bands that have released whiskies because we're whiskey drinkers, but there aren't really any.
Who do I know in the US that might be coming to the UK soon? I'm going to think about this because I think I've actually got a mate from Glasgow who's in the US at the moment.
Yeah, well, if we can get one, I think it'd be cool. Anyway, yeah, so we didn't release those t-shirts to make money. We released them because one of our wonderful listeners did send us a message on one of the forums we're on and said that they really enjoy the show and they would really like to get a t-shirt for themselves for Christmas. There may be more to it than that, but I'm not going to say it in case I spoil it. This was really done for them. But if you want to check out, link to Teespring below, you can get our lovely face on the faces, cartoon faces, on a t-shirt. So
And thank you again for all your support. Even just listening definitely makes it worthwhile. Even when we take a month off, or I take a month off rather.
Yeah.
If you knew why, you'd understand. But you'll never know. Never.
I'll give him a break. Anyway, until next time.
Bye, fuckers.